Welcome to Bharath Manthan. I'm Tamil Vannan. India produces more engineers than any country on earth, 1.5 million every year. Indians lead Google, Microsoft, IBM, and Adobe. Yet India designs very little that the world uses. No Indian smartphone, no Indian search engine, no Indian AI model that matters. We produce the talent that builds Silicon Valley's future. We struggle to build our own. Why? The answer lies in a system designed 190 years ago by a British bureaucrat who never intended us to think, only to obey. In 1835, Thomas Babington Macaulay wrote that his goal was to create a class of persons, Indian in blood and color, but English in taste, in opinions, in morals, and in intellect. The goal was never education. It was colonization of the mind. Macaulay dismissed thousands of years of Indian learning as worthless. He wrote, "A single shelf of a good European library is worth the whole native literature of India." But let me tell you what was actually on India's shelf. The numerals you call Arabic are Indian. 0, the number that makes everything possible, was invented in India. Without 0, there is no binary. Without binary, there are no computers. 2,000 years before Leibniz invented binary, an Indian scholar named Pingala had already mapped it out using Sanskrit poetry meters. And here's what Macaulay could never have imagined. Schrödinger was deeply influenced by the Upanishads. Heisenberg said quantum theory would not look ridiculous to those who have read Vedanta. Oppenheimer learned Sanskrit specifically to read the Bhagavad Gita. The texts Macaulay dismissed as worthless were guiding the greatest scientific minds of the modern age. India didn't lack creativity. India was interrupted. Now, here's an uncomfortable truth. Almost every person who changed the world was a misfit in formal education. Srinivasa Ramanujan failed college twice. No degree, no credentials. He became one of the youngest fellows of the Royal Society. Rabindranath Tagore dropped out at age 7. This dropout became the first non-European to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. Einstein dropped out at 15. Edison was called addled after 12 weeks of school. Jobs, Gates, Zuckerberg, all dropouts. Jack Ma failed his primary school exam twice, middle school 3 times, scored 1 out of 120 in math. He founded Alibaba and is worth $27 billion. The education system saw failures. History saw geniuses. Dr. Karen Arnold of Boston College tracked 81 valedictorians for 14 years. How many became visionaries? 0. Not one changed an industry. Not one made a breakthrough discovery. Why? Because compliance and risk aversion, the traits that create academic success, are precisely what prevent breakthrough innovation. Toppers optimize within the system. Innovators break the system. Today, more than half of India's graduates are unemployable. 36% of IIT's top scorers leave India within 5 years. 50% of Class 5 students cannot read Class 2 texts. The emergency is not coming. It is here. What if we return to the wisdom of Nalanda and Takshashila, where learning was personalized, not standardized, where competence was demonstrated through application, not examination? India has the talent. India has the civilizational heritage. What India needs is an education system worthy of its potential. From clerks to creators. That's not just a slogan. It's a survival strategy. The Misfits, Ramanujan, Tagore, Edison, Einstein, they're evidence to study. They're telling us the system is measuring the wrong things. We were not inferior, we were conquered, we were not uncreative, we were interrupted. We can still become what we might have been. For the full article with detailed research on Indian mathematics, the valedictorian study, and the path forward through NEP 2020, visit bharathvector.web.app and search for The Education Emergency. The churning continues. I'm Tamil Vannan. Until next time.